My great-great-grandfather fought in World War I. I never got to meet him, obviously, but sometimes I think about how vulnerable he would have been in the war, and how he was younger than I am right now when he was there, and how one mistake that he made over 100 years ago would have been the difference between you watching this video right now. I mean, because I wouldn't have been, you'd be doing something else, watching someone else. I would have never existed. I've heard that he was as good a soldier as anyone could have asked him to be. That he was willing to do anything to keep his mates safe and to get home. I've heard he was also very racist, but we don't talk about him. We like to think of him more as the war hero rather than the bigot. But if he, I'm sure he was a good guy. Well, probably wouldn't have been too accepting of gays or any sexuality that wasn't, straight as it gets today if he were around. But hey, different times call for varying levels of ignorance. I've heard also he wasn't the biggest supporter of women voting. He was actually quite a vocal opposition to that movement. If he were around today, surely, he'd be like 130, so he'd be really slow and gross. But forgetting that part of it, the logistics, I'm sure that he would have made some effort to grow and to learn. Maybe. I'm not actually too confident because I've heard a lot of real bad things about him. So, I'm actually not 100% sure on that one. What was my... Well, he survived and knocked up some old bag. My great-great-grandmother, I'd love to rest her soul. And so here I am. So what does that all mean for someone like you, or me, or any of us? I don't know. This video was sponsored by Manscaped. Manscaped makes trimmers for your body, and more specifically, your scrotum. My great-great-grandfather and all of his buddies probably had the itchiest sacks. And that's something we don't think about very often, because they didn't have the luxury of having brands like Manscaped to make cleaning up your junk area so easy. I have been using the new Lawnmower 4.0 for a few months now, and I have not yet cut my nuts on it. And so that is good. Does that mean that you should get it? That's up to you. These are tough times, and the food you eat and your rent is more important than the hair near your penis. But if you are in the market for a new trimmer and you've got some dollars to spend, I would recommend the Lawnmower 4.0. It has been good for me. And using my code COLBO20 at manscaped.com gives you 20% off plus free shipping. The link is in the description. Thank you, Manscaped, for sponsoring this video, and thank you all for sticking it through to the end. None of that about my great-great-grandfather was true. I have no idea who that man is or ever was. But he did live here, and it's nice. And you are also nice, and on top of all of that, I hope that you have a glorious day. Get outside. Tell your mom you love her, and your dad too. And if none of them are around, that's a bummer.